I wanted to make sure that all of the communities in Bloomington were highlighted and represented.
I'm very interested in the future of Bloomington because I do think there are a lot of challenges with the increasing diversity.
Understanding the challenge of improving Bloomington's image, local leaders gathered at Civic Plaza last week to share concerns, ideas, and proposals.
One institution can't work to market or improve our image alone. It really needs to be a collective and collaborative effort of everybody in the community.
It's a goal of City Council to raise awareness and the reputation of the city by highlighting its assets and becoming One Bloomington.
One of their strategic priorities for this year is to see what we can do to try to create some improvement on Bloomington's image and enhance the image of Bloomington and get away from the East-West notion, but the fact that we're all one Bloomington.
The city manager and other city leaders presented statistics, survey results, and led large group discussions.
And what we want to do is capture your story and combine it into one narrative so that we can tell everybody the story of One Bloomington.
They later broke into 2 groups and then several more smaller ones to come up with suggestions about how to strengthen the community and how it's perceived.
We could go the traditional route of doing things to them and kind of dictating what we think our image, our strategies are, or we could actually listen to our stakeholders and really get a true understanding of how people feel.
I'm glad that the city is not just making decisions as a city council or as city staff, but that they're including all the partners, all the people in the community in that conversation.
We don't have enough community events.
Through hours of discussion came dozens of potential solutions along with more questions that need answers.
It would be important as a youth organization to kind of get rid of that split. And if we could do that early on, bring more people together early on, I would assume that split wouldn't be present later on.
The group that is gathered today doesn't reflect the diversity of the community, and how can we bring that in?
Young participants Phupasong Paviseth and Baraff Shivaram with Bloomington United for Youth and Christ the King pastor Rory Filstrom say they were happy to be a part of the conversation in shaping the community's future.
I personally learned a lot about what I didn't even know about my own city, and I feel a little bit more proud.
They did a good job of pulling all of our ideas together and trying to narrow those down in a good way.
It's definitely great that the youth has a voice in things like this, especially since a lot of these things are going to be concerning our future.
Assistant City Manager Elizabeth Tolzman says city staff appreciates the feedback to guide future decisions.
We also heard a lot of commentary about we need to get the perceptions and feedback from people outside our community as well. So I found the comments very diverse, engaging, provocative, and really enlightening, and really sets a platform about how we move forward.
Everyone there had a chance to share their thoughts, but the conversation is far from over.
What we want coming out of this is to find out how can we better tell our story, both across this city as well as across the region and nationally.
What I would like to see years from now is that we're connected, that we are vibrant, that we are inclusive, we're collaborative, and that we don't have a divided perception of pockets of our community, and that we really care about all parts of our neighborhoods and our residents, and that we are working in a unified effort under one shared vision and one common goal.